Hi everyone, I hope everyone is doing well. In today's episode, we're gonna do a JavaScript game. It's gonna be very simple. The name of the game is Tic Tac Toe. It's very simple, it's very fun to make it. I hope you're gonna like it. I give a little bit time to myself to think about what should I do for my channel, and I think this is my first gaming tutorial for JavaScript gaming, right? Okay. Without any further ado, I want to do the tic-tac-toe simple JavaScript sample for you. Here we have the O player, the X player, the O player, the X player, the O player, the X player, and say cross won the game. And then it's a restart for inside 3 seconds. Then I'm going to do the equation. Cross won the game once again. Okay, without any further ado, let's jump into the build and see how we can create this fun game. Stay tuned, get your water. We're gonna write very fun code together. And now I've created a project on VS Code and I named it Tic-Tac-Toe. And we are creating our basing elements, which are index.html, index.html. And after that, we're gonna create the style.css, which we are gonna style our project. And finally, which is the most basic, is the app.js, which we're gonna write the all JavaScript codes inside this file. All right, I'm coming inside the index.html. I say exclamation mark, and tab. And I've created my basic HTML file documentation, which we can present inside our browser. That's so simple, right? Okay. Here I'm gonna link my CSS file. And inside my body, I'm gonna link my app.js file, my JavaScript file. Okay? Simple. Nice. After all that, we're gonna create the table. I'm gonna give the class table inside a div. And after that, I'm gonna create an h1 element, which I'm gonna display the result of the game. If it's the O's won, or the X won, or we are tie. That's so simple. So, that I've created my basic HTML file, and now let's create our style.css file, which we're gonna be very short. And I'm coming inside my style.css. I'm making the basics. Margin is gonna be 0. The padding is gonna be 0 also. And then we are saying box sizing, border box. That's so simple. After that, we are programming the body the body. And we say minimum height is gonna be 100 view height. Okay. I say display flex. Nice. And then I say flex direction column. And then let me open a little bit the volume. I want to hear myself clearly. I say justify content center. And align item center. All right, and then now I'm gonna write the class of table. I'm gonna style a little bit that. Let me take it to the up section. I'm gonna say display grid. Okay. And then I'm gonna say grid column, template columns. We're gonna repeat it for 3 times in a row because we're gonna have the 9 squares, and each row is gonna have 3 squares with a width of 166 pixels for each square. We're gonna have the width of 500 for our table, and we're gonna have the height of 500 once again. That's great. And I'm gonna give a little bit of border of 1 pixel solid black. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it, and if you enjoyed this video from now, please hit the thumbs up button, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe in order to see more future contents. It's going to be very excited. This year is going to be great for my JavaScript gaming journey. Now I'm gonna write the CSS code for Square class, which we're gonna create through JavaScript code. We don't have it inside our index.html file. Here I'm gonna say once again, display flags, justify content center, and align item centers once again, because we're gonna display all signs inside these divs. Okay, I'm gonna give the width of 166 pixels. I'm gonna give also the height of 166 once again. It's gonna be equal. Nice. Border, I'm gonna say 1 pixel solid black. That's great. And we're gonna have the cursor pointer, and with this we understand that this square is clickable. That's a good sign. Okay, we have finished the class for square, and now I'm gonna write the class for my signs. First is gonna be the circle. I'm gonna give a little bit margin of 20 pixel because I'm gonna make it a little bit apart from the square div. I don't want to be sticked in that. I'm gonna give the width of 120 pixels, and I'm gonna give the height of 100 pixels, 120 pixels. I'm gonna say border 20 pixels solid black once again. It's going to be a little bit thick. And in order to make the circle effect, we have to say border radius 50%. That's great. And now I'm going to write the class for my cross sign. Here I'm going to say cross. That's great. I'm going to say margin of 20 pixels and auto. I don't want to be sticked once again to my squared section. I'm going to say width of 20 pixels, and the height is going to be 120 pixels, and the background is going to be black. The background is going to be background of black. That's great. And I'm gonna give a little bit rotation with transform, rotate 45 degrees. So I've make the first leg of my cross, and now I'm gonna create the second leg. It's gonna be a little bit easier than this than you think. I'm copying all the code inside that. I'm gonna say cross, and I'm gonna create the effect of pseudo element of before. That's great for using signs. And here I'm paste my code. I'm gonna say I'm deleting this. Okay, the background is okay. Okay, I'm gonna create the background. Okay, position, absolute for that. I'm going to say background black. Okay, we have the background black. Nothing to say that. And then I'm going to say contents of quotes. It's the requirement of pseudo element. It must know what is the purpose of that. And here in transform, I'm going to say rotate it minus 90 degrees. And at the beginning, I'm going to say translate it to the position of for x axis for 0 pixels and for my y axis for 0 pixels. Okay. And with that, we have finished our style.css file completion. Let's jump inside my update.js file and write a little bit of JavaScript code. Let's do it. Okay, let's work our update.js file and say const board. I'm gonna grab the control of okay, we've got the, and I say document dot query selector, and I'm grabbing the table class inside my index.html file, and then for secondly I'm gonna grab the info label. Okay, I'm say document dot query selector, and I'm grabbing my control of h1 header 1. Okay, here I'm gonna make another variable. I'm gonna name it flip. This flip is gonna work whether we are the player 1 or the player 2. We have, as player 1, I will have the X, the cross sign, and for the player 2, it's gonna have the circle. Okay, and I'm gonna flip it this with the opposite of Boolean value. I'm gonna make it true or false, and whether that I'm gonna decide what to program. And secondly, I'm gonna say the count of 0. This count is will work instead of we have any winner and we have complete the game and we are equal. Then it's gonna write the word it's a tie. It's gonna count it through 9, and when we reach the number 9, this means we have an equalization here. Okay, I'm gonna say start game, and I'm gonna make an arrow function. This is gonna be our ground 0, and here we are creating our squares. For let I want to work my index.html. I'm gonna say open with live server. Okay, I've pulled it to the side. Here we have our table. It's all naked. We have nothing here to say. I say I is equal with 1. I is less or equal with 9. It's gonna loop over for 9 times, and then I'm increasing the I for 1 time each time. And then here I'm gonna create a let of square. I'm creating the element of square. I say document dot create element, and I want the div. Okay, let's deal. After that, what we do? We have the square. I'm gonna say class list dot add what we are adding, square, and after that we say board append child, and we are appending our square element that we have created. Yeah, so let's call the this function and see what we've got as a result. So press save, and as you here you can see we have the squares created inside our table. That's great. Everything is clickable here. Nice. And as soon as we have created our squares, I'm gonna grab every square that I've created inside my table. I'm gonna say all squares. I'm gonna say document dot query selector all this time because I want all the squares, right? Squares. Okay, square. Not with plural, but with a single. It's a square. Okay, I say all square. I'm gonna say for each. I wanna go a little bit down. I'm gonna say item. I'm gonna do an arrow function here. And here I'm gonna say item dot add event listener. Okay, I'm gonna say click. That's great. I'm gonna say click. I want the click event, and for this click event I wanna get an event, and now we're starting. I'm gonna say if it's not flip, if our flip is in false boolean value, then do the following. I'm gonna create a div element with name sign. I'm gonna say document dot create element. I want the div, and for that div I'm gonna give the class of cross. I'm saying sign dot class list at cross. Adding the cross styling which we have created inside our style.css file, and then I am assigning it to my square that I've clicked on. I say target dot style, and then after I've clicked that square, I'm gonna say what we are saying, pointer events none. Pointer events none, and that means that we cannot click that square once again after we have clicked once. Okay, and say e target dot append child. I'm gonna grab here the sign, and then I'm gonna reverse the value of my flip boolean variable to the opposite. Okay, I understand. That's amazing. Okay, let's save it. Click X. Okay. Why we cannot get anything? Because the flip now has changed the value to true, and if this statement is not true, we cannot go inside. Okay, this is the false. Let's create also a statement for the true, which is gonna be else. It's great. I am copying everything from here. I'm gonna paste it inside my else statement, and for this I'm gonna append the styling of circle. I'm saving X O X O X X etc. That's great. And after that, what we are creating, I'm gonna create another function which is gonna check each time I click every square if we have a winner or not, if we have an equation or not. So how can we do that? I'm coming below this sign and say check. I'm calling this function. I'm saying check. I'm calling once again. That's great. And we don't have it. What happened? We're getting an error, right? Let's see what happened here. I'm going to console and say the check is not defined. We have not any function named check. Okay, let's create this right now. Okay. I'm closing this. I'm going up there and then say const check. Okay. We don't need any value. It's going to be an arrow function. Sorry. It's going to be an arrow function. Clear. Okay. Well, what I'm gonna get from here, I'm gonna get all squares once again. I'm copying it. I'm pasting inside my check. And then here I'm gonna make a small magic, which is mean winning combinations. And here I'm gonna do an array of multi-dimensional arrays. Here is gonna be a matrix which is gonna check for each individual square index if it has this cross sign or the circle sign. This means we have to get each piece of this array like this, and after get each part of this array we have to slice it through the pieces once again with the command every. I'm gonna see it right now. Okay, after I get that, I'm increasing the count for 1. I've increased it. Okay, that's great. And then I'm saying winning combinations. I say for each. I say pair. That's great. I'm doing the arrow function here. And then I'm gonna do a variable of let's cross win. How we decide that? I'm say pair dot every. It's gonna slice it once again, this part, and for every individual item it's gonna say 3. Okay, go to square 3 and check if it has inside the class of cross. If it's yes, go ahead. It's gonna check the square number 2. Okay, this index 1 is the second square. It has the cross. Yes, it has it. Okay, go ahead. It's gonna check the third square, which has the index of 2. Okay, it has a cross. Yes, it has. Then this equation is gonna turn the Boolean value of true. Okay, I want to see it here. I'm clicking it. You see, it says this. You're gonna get the value of true, of Boolean value. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna try to mean for you. And here we say all squares. All squares. Here I'm opening the bracket. I'm going to say item, which item is each index of my matrix in a sliced basis, of course. And then I'm going to say the first child. if it has it, and here I'm gonna put a question mark. I'm gonna say class list contains, if this class list contains the cross, then this is true. Okay. Let me do an example, a short example for you. If, okay, cross win, do the following. Okay, what we've got here, we have the say info label that text content is gonna say the following: cross won the game. Okay, and if I won the game, I'm gonna say board dot style dot pointer events. It's gonna equal to none. We cannot do any other further move. It's frozen. And after that, I'm gonna say set timeout. I'm gonna give it 3000 milliseconds. And after that, I'm gonna say start the game. Start game. Okay. You wanna have a try? I want to have the try. I'm very excited about it. Okay. First, we have the X. I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger to see it. You have O. Oh, we still get the error. Let's see what it is. I'm pressing 12. Crosswin is not defined. Crosswin. Why crosswin? Why I said crosswin? Crosswin. What am I doing? What am I doing? For each pair? Okay. Oh. Okay. I think I've made it out of the box. That's why I'm getting this error. Let me see. Okay, I'm grabbing till here. I'm pasting it inside this. Are we working now? Okay, work it once again. X, O, X, O, X. You see, cross won the game. And after that, I'm recreating this table, but not like that. We're gonna fix also this, don't worry. For the time being, I want to also do this condition for my circle. I'm pasting it here. Circle win. I'm changing this. I wanna make it a little bit smaller. Okay, like that. Circle win. I'm gonna put the circle. If this condition has a circle, do the following. Okay, once again, I am thrilled about it. Let's do the other. I'm going to say else if circle win, do the following. That's great. I'm pasting it. I'm going to say circle win. Circle won the game. That's great. And for the last condition, I'm gonna say I want to do the equation style. Okay. If count equals to 9, then do the following. Say info label dot text content, write it's tie, okay. And I think I'm gonna copy all over this and paste it here. That's great also. So, are we okay? Let's try it. Give it a try. Circle won the game. Okay, what's happening here? Why we are still not getting this clear image? I'm coming back to start game, and here we're gonna say the following. I'm gonna clear all the board. I'm gonna say text content or inner HTML. It's better. Inner HTML is gonna be null. I'm gonna clear also the info label, the text content. It's gonna be null again, and I'm gonna reset the count. As I said, I'm gonna make it 0. That's okay. Let's give it a try once again. XO circle won the game. Can we click? No, we cannot click. We have to also to fix that. I say board dot style dot what was it? Pointer events. All will equal to all. Okay. Okay, not all squares. It's gonna equal to all. Okay, thank you. Starting once again. XO. Circle won the game. And let's do for the last time. Cross won the game. So that was it. I hope you liked this video. We have a lot of fun. It was a short video, right? Not the long one for the tutorial, but I have the point. I was in the point, I guess so. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please give a big thumbs up for this video. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe in order to get more information about my future posts. Until then, be safe, write a lot of codes, and see you very soon. Until then, bye bye.